Hi guys, welcome to this live stream. Today is on a Sunday, and we have to talk. We have to discuss about our lives and what is happening around us. You can see our topic of today. We are tackling the high cost of living in this country. So we want to hear from you. How is inflation here in Kenya or elsewhere taking you? So we want to know about things to do with the economy, high cost of living. Yeah, that's what we are discussing today. As usual, it's the Mutua's World here on YouTube. If you are new to this particular YouTube channel, I kindly urge you to consider subscribing, support us here as we strive to bring you exciting content day in, day out. Yeah, you are also invited to like this video. You can share. Uh, you can also comment here on the live chat or in the video itself if you are watching it later. That's the best way you can support the Mutua's World to continue doing what we do. Yeah, we are here. The rains are yet to start officially, not only here in Nairobi but also in the rural areas, and it is a worrying situation for all of us. We don't know what will happen, especially early next year, 2021, without a good agricultural produce. Yeah, things are likely to get tougher day after the other. But that aside, we want to talk about the skyrocketing product prices in this country. Yeah, life has become unbearable, not only for the Mutuas or for you guys, but generally for everybody. Things have been tough. So I want to hear from you what has actually changed and that has pushed you to kind of think of changing your budget, your spending habits, cutting down on some expenses that you used to have. Yeah, we are talking about the high cost of living in this country, which is a concern to almost every family in this country. Yeah, things are not looking up good, and we need to encourage each other, that we need to discuss about means and ways of um, dealing with this situation that we find ourselves in. We can't afford to despair. This is our country, and we don't have any other. So, because we do not have anywhere else to run to, we then have to live with the situation. We need to find means and ways of coping with it. Yeah, so in the past, like 3 months, as you have seen, um, immediately after the reading of this year's budget, um, due to VAT, more and more products had their prices adjusted upwards. And a good example is the LPG that we use for cooking, the cooking gas. It has really um, increased in terms of pricing. And it's something worrisome for everybody, especially those who are using gas. And I don't know why this country usually have such um, budget policy statements where they think they can tax the essentials like the LPG. If you want people to embrace clean cooking solutions and then you increase the price of cooking gas or LPG, then what are you trying to insinuate? In actual sense, the government is forcing people now to use charcoal or other alternatives like the kerosene, which is also not very cheap, as you have noticed. Yeah, so the liter of kerosene is also very high, and it's not clean source of fuel. Yeah, people will also turn to firewood, which is also not readily available, especially for those who are in towns. I know it's the major source of fuel in the rural setting, but here in urban setting, it is not. So, only to contribute to uh, greenhouse gases such as carbon dioxide, carbon dioxide, especially for charcoal, which is also very dangerous. It can kill you in a matter of minutes. So uh, we increase greenhouse gases by using these clean sources of fuel. So that is one example of products whose prices have actually skyrocketed. We have the price of maize flour and wheat flour, which has also increased substantially. Like the other day, I was in the supermarket and I was looking for uh, wheat flour or baking flour, and 2 kg of baking flour now retails at 150 shillings, up from 130 something shillings. So that is how things are. Yeah, and for those who have small kids, the prices of diapers is also not static, and formula milk is also up there. So it's a whole different story for families. But we are here and we have to survive. We can't move to hub country, or is moving to hub country a solution or an option to you? I would like to get to hear from you guys because things are really tough, although the year has or is almost coming to an end. So next year we have an electioneering year, and that might serve to complicate the things further. Yeah, so because of the dirty money, the dirty political money that will be moving around, it may spur consumerism, but this might come at a cost. It may be inflationary. Yeah, so uh, it may worsen the situation, but at least once politician will be once politicians begin splashing their cash, people will tend to consume more. Yeah, which is also good for the economy, but such monies are not invested. They are rarely invested because they are handouts. So people will consume here and there. So we are waiting to see what will actually happen. Yeah, so I want to hear from you what has changed in terms of your budget. What is it that you want to cut from your expenses? Yeah, because things are not really good, not for us, not for you guys. Let me have some water here. Yeah. So, uh, a couple of household goods or consumables have really increased in terms of prices. Even vegetables are also expensive. Yeah, they are not even readily available as they used to be. Yeah, the kales, the spinach, the terere, name them, even onions and tomatoes, which happen to be some are seasonal. Uh, their prices have really skyrocketed. So if you have a family here in Nairobi, things might not be that smooth because you have to spend on breakfast, spend on lunch, and spend on dinner or supper. So one day I'm planning to do a video about how much a simple family of two or three spends here in Nairobi. Yeah, from morning to evening. I want to roughly give you an idea about uh, what a normal family spends here in Nairobi. Yeah. Yeah, so I want to do that video to show you what a simple family spends in a day here in Nairobi for the two meals. Yeah, remember, not even meals. We have food, shelter, and clothing. Rental prices are also going up if you're shifting or you're changing houses. Yeah, you will have to dig deeper into your pocket. Yeah, and like other essentials that are used in the house, which are not consumables or which are not part of food, yeah, like soap, detergents, washing powder, washing machine powder, um, um, picks and stuff. Yeah, tissue papers, like almost everything uh, has its price going up, 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 up. Yeah, I don't think there's a product whose price is like going down. Yeah, everything is like going up, 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 up. Yeah, but what do we have to do in such situations? So, in light of high cost of living, families, what they do, they adjust on their spending, they adjust on their priorities. Yeah, so you can cut on the use of certain product. So, for instance, if you were consuming, let's say, beef daily, uh, or for the entire week, you can say, now I will be taking beef, let's say, 3 to 4 times a week, and I'd save the rest. Yeah, so things which are not very essential, you can drop them, which do not necessarily, which you do not necessarily need, you cut down on them. And the best way to do that is to always have a shopping lists when you are going shopping, and this move will save you a lot because uh, it prevents you from engaging in impulse buying. especially when you are in the shopping malls, in the supermarkets. You tend to pick what you've written down, you'll stick to your shopping list. But in instances where you do not have a shopping list, then you can go into a spending spree and eventually find yourself spending so much on items that perhaps you don't need. Yeah, perhaps you don't need. So, in tough economic situations like the one that we are in, you need to have a shopping list to guide your shopping activities. Yeah, that is very critical. Then you can also change the quality of some of the products that you are using. You can downgrade and use a product of lower quality, although it will impact on your living standards. It's always good to seek to use alternatives. Yeah, it is always good to use alternatives. Although the marginal uh, rate of utility will go down, yeah, but you need to do something. Yeah, you need to do something and save a coin or two for a rainy day. Yeah, so guys, welcome to the live stream. It's almost 15 minutes into it, and I hope uh, you'll get to see this one. Yeah, so if you're joining us right now, we are talking about the high cost of living that is in this country. Yeah, I want to hear from you guys. What's your thoughts about food prices, commodity prices in this country, and what should we do to cut on our consumption expenditure because things are not really good here. Things are not looking good. Yeah, so the Mutuwas here, we are discussing about the high cost of living in this country, which has been contributed by inflation. So, what are your thoughts about this situation, the whole situation that we find ourselves in? Already I have discussed some of the measures that you can take to survive during such a hard time. So, if you're joining us right now, you can send us a comment to see you and acknowledge you. Yeah, so we had given two solutions about how to navigate this um, time that we are living in. One is to cut down on your spending, yeah, by dropping the things that you don't need. The second one is having a shopping list, and the third one was downgrading on some of the products that you use to get products of lower quality and lower prices, so long as they serve the purpose. Yeah, we say that it's always good to have alternatives or substitutes for your products. So this is the Mutua's world, and I have already shared this link. You can use this link to join the conversation live here on the Mutua's world channel. Yeah, we are in the month of November, and the year is almost coming to an end. Yeah, the year is almost coming to an end. Yeah, so guys, continue trooping in. We want to hear your thoughts about the high cost of living in this country here, and what should people do to cope up with this situation. Yeah, we want to hear from you what you are doing or what somebody can do to cope up with this situation that we find ourselves in. Kenya is our beautiful country. We can't run from our country. It's our motherland. And this is where we call home. You cannot run away from your home even when things are not working. Yeah, it's a beautiful country and it's a blessing from God. It has almost everything that we need to prosper and to grow. Yeah, so we cannot run from away from our country simply because of high commodity prices. Yeah, that have contributed to increasing cost of living, high cost of living. So that's our topic for today, and I'm waiting for your comments. I'm waiting for your suggestions about this topic. Yeah. So the other way that you can deal with high cost of living is uh, completely dropping some of the commodities that you use. Yeah, you knock them out of your shopping list. Yeah, completely. If you can do away with it, then well, good. You can drop it. Yeah, some things are luxuries, and if you can sustain life with it, then it's not that basic. Yeah, so you can do away with so much that you don't need. For instance, you can uh, watch free to air TV instead of subscribing to the paid TV channels. Yeah, that is a luxury that you can perhaps decide to do away with it. Yeah, if your life does not revolve around that. Yeah, for excuse me. For internet, maybe you can downgrade from, like, let's say 15 Mbps to 10 Mbps, and that lowers your cost for internet connection. Another thing that you can downgrade, you can cut on is electricity by making sure that you switch off um, most of the lights when they are not in use. Yeah, you can also decide not to use things like the fridge that consume a lot of energy unnecessarily. So yeah, you can have a plan about what you can drop. Yeah, yeah, in terms of commodities. Yeah, so uh, we are already in this discussion. Yeah, I want to hear from you. What are your thoughts about the high cost of living that we are experiencing, and what are some of the solutions that we can, some of the measures or solutions we can embrace to survive in this country of ours where everything seems to be taking an upward trajectory in terms of prices, yeah, in terms of pricing, because of uh, one, heavy taxation that we are slammed with. Yeah, the taxation regime in this country seems to be somewhat awkward, and that's why you see businesses in businesses. Instead of thriving, some of them are shutting down. Yeah, in as far as our government wants to increase taxation, they should think about broadening the tax base instead of killing small businesses by heavy taxation. Every good businessman or any businessman out there what they sought has no problem with paying taxes so long as their businesses are making profits. Yeah, tax should be the least of worries for a business person who is making sales, yeah, or selling in good quantities, yeah, or volumes. So our government should reconsider taxation ease the to ease the pressure that inflation is subjecting families to. Yeah, we need to have a conversation, and one day we will have this conversation. Yeah, I'm not accusing the government for our wars, but they need to do something about the high cost of living. The government is an integral player in this because it is the one which regulates the economy and deals with the macroeconomic issues or variables that lead to a high cost of living. So, if you are joining us right now, today we have been discussing about high cost of living. So, what are your thoughts about skyrocketing product prices or commodity prices in this country, and what is it that we can do to cut on our expenses and survive in this country, especially during these hard economic times? I have already shared a link that you can use to join this conversation live. You can comment to, yeah, to express your views, your thoughts about the high cost of living that we are experiencing here in Nairobi or elsewhere in this country of ours called Kenya. Remember, high cost of living is not a Kenyan thing. Yeah, almost all countries of the world experience this phenomenon at one point or another in their development. So, because we are Kenyans, majority of us, I want us to discuss about the high cost of living in this country and what can be done to save the situation because we have to survive. As I said, we do not have any other country apart from Kenya, so we can't run from our motherland because of high commodity prices. So, Guys, I want to hear from you. You can comment. Yeah, you can say something about the high cost of living. So right now, let me take some water here. Yeah, as I wait for your comments, here is the link that you guys you can use. It is in the comment section. You can use the link to join this conversation live. Yeah, as we prepare to go to bed. Yeah, today is on a Sunday. I know you guys are tired. Yeah, but we had to do this because we promised ourselves to be doing this once a week. Yeah, and it is almost 30 minutes, half an hour into this live stream. I think we've discussed some of the ways or measures we can take to save ourselves from uh, this situation that we are in as a country. Yeah, we are experiencing high cost of living due to inflation and other variables, macroeconomic variables like unemployment, yeah, where our disposable incomes are shrinking now and then. Yeah, so if you are watching uh, this live stream, you can comment. I highly urge you to comment to get your thoughts about this topic. Yeah, I want to hear from you. Yeah, you can comment. We want to hear from you. And if you want to join this live stream, you can do so. We've shared a link which you can click to join the live stream, which I'm intending to end soon. So for the next few minutes, I'll just be silent here watching to see whether any of you will comment about this live stream. Yeah, to comment about this topic. Yeah, as I drink some water here, as I hydrate before going down. And remember, a new week is starting soon. Yeah, this month is almost coming to an end. The festive season is almost here with us. Yeah, it's one year and yeah, it's 1 month, and we call this year um lap. We wrap it up. Yeah, so I don't know your thoughts about 2021. How has been how the year has been for you? Has it been a blessing or a tough year for you? And we would love to hear from you. Yeah, from the perspective of high cost of living. How has the year been for you? How has the year been for you? Have you accomplished your vision board, your dreams, your aspirations, your targets? Yeah, what have you achieved for this year that is coming to an end? I want to hear from you. Yeah, as we discuss this um, pertinent issue of high cost of living in our country, Kenya. Yeah, remember this is not a Kenyan problem. It is a global problem. Yeah, that faces people from all walks of life. Yeah, doesn't respect culture, skin color, race, education, social status, or anything. Yeah, it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm here. It is a silent night from the Motowa's world. We wish you well. May you blossom in whatever you do and aspire to be the best versions of yourselves. Good night for now. Yeah, we had a Motowa's world, and I am officially signing out in the next 55 seconds. Yeah, don't forget to like this video, uh, comment about today's topic. Yeah, and share with your friends and family. It's important to do so. And for those who have not subscribed or are new to this channel, I kindly urge you to do so. Subscribe to this progressive YouTube channel, and you'll not miss anything. Yeah, we will be here for you to serve you what you need. Yeah, good night.